Good evening and welcome to the 7 o'clock English news from the Sultanate of Oman Television. First, the headlines. His Majesty Sultan Haitham bin Tariq receives His Highness the ruler of the Emirate of Sharjah at the Al Baraka Palace this morning. The Sultan of Oman condemns the attack on the defense force of the Kingdom of Bahrain, stationed on the southern border of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Al Rusail Industrial City opens services and facilities building and confirms that its investment volume exceeds 750 million Omani riyals. Those are the headlines, and now the news in detail. His Majesty Sultan Haitham bin Tariq received His Highness Sheikh Dr. Sultan bin Mohammed Al Qasmi, member of the Supreme Council of the United Arab Emirates and ruler of the Emirate of Sharjah, and his accompanying delegation at Al Baraka Palace this morning. During the meeting, cordial talks were exchanged and the progress of the strong fraternal relations between the two countries was reviewed in light of their common historical ties, in addition to discussing a number of matters of common interest. The meeting was attended from the Omani side by His Highness Sayyid Yazan bin Haytham Al Saeed, Minister of Culture, Sports and Youth, His Excellency Sayyid Khalid bin Hilal Al Busaidi, Minister of the Diwan Royal Court, and His Excellency Dr. Abdullah bin Nasser Al Harasi, Minister of Information. His Majesty Sultan Haitham bin Tariq hosted a luncheon in honor of His Highness Sheikh Dr. Sultan bin Mohammed Al Qasmi, member of the Supreme Council in the United Arab Emirates, UAE, and ruler of the Emirate of Sharjah, and his delegation accompanying him. The luncheon was attended from the Omani side by His Highness Sayyid Yazan bin Haytham Al Saeed, Minister of Culture, Sports and Youth, His Excellency Sayyid Khalid bin Hilal Al Busaidi, Minister of the Diwan Royal Court, and His Excellency Dr. Abdullah bin Nasser Al Harasi, Minister of Information. It was attended from the Emirate side by His Highness Sheikh Sultan bin Ahmed Al Qasmi, Deputy Ruler of the Emirate of Sharjah, Chairman of the Sharjah Petroleum Council and Deputy Chairman of the Sharjah Executive Council, His Excellency Mohammed bin Nakhir Al-Lahiri, UAE Ambassador to the Sultan of Oman, and His Excellency Abdullah bin Mohammed Al-Awais, Chairman of the Department of Culture and Media in the Sharjah and member of Sharjah Executive Council. Later, His Majesty the Sultan bid farewell to His Highness Sheikh Dr. Sultan Al Qasmi and his accompanying delegation, wishing them a pleasant stay in the Sultan of Oman. On his turn, the ruler of Sharjah expressed his deep thanks for the warm welcome and hospitality accorded to him, wishing His Majesty the Sultan good health, happiness and long life, and for the Omani people for the progress and prosperity under the wise leadership of His Majesty the Sultan. His Highness Sheikh Dr. Sultan bin Mohammed Al Qasmi, member of the Supreme Council of the United Arab Emirates and ruler of Sharjah, arrived in the country this morning on the official visit to the Sultan of Oman, during which he met with His Majesty Sultan Haytham bin Tariq. Upon the arrival to the country, His Highness and his accompanying delegation were received by His Excellency Sayyid Khalid bin Hilal al-Busaidi, Minister of the Honorary Court, His Excellency Dr. Abdullah bin Nasser al-Harasi, Minister of Information, His Excellency Mohammed bin Nakhira al-Lahiri, Ambassador of the United Arab Emirates, accredited to the Sultan of Oman, and a number of members of the Emirate Embassy in Muscat. During the visit, His Highness the ruler of the Emirate of Sharjah is accompanied by a delegation that includes His Highness Sheikh Sultan bin Ahmed al-Qasmi, Deputy Ruler of Sharjah, Chairman of the Sharjah Oil Council, the Deputy Chairman of the Executive Council, His Excellency Ambassador Mohammed bin Nakhir al-Lahiri, Ambassador of the United Arab Emirates, accredited to the Sultan of Oman, and His Excellency Abdullah Muhammad al-Awais, Chairman of the Department of Culture and Media, a member of the Sharjah Executive Council. His Excellency General Sultan bin Mohammed al-Na'mani, Minister of the Royal Office, received His Excellency Dr. Khalid bin Saleh bin Shtaif, Ambassador of the Republic of Yemen, accredited to the Sultanate of Oman. During the meeting, His Excellency the Minister welcomed His Excellency the guest and exchanged cordial talks on a number of areas of joint cooperation between the two countries. They also touched upon a number of matters of common interest and ways to develop them, especially with regard to the efforts of the Sultan of Oman to resolve the Yemeni crisis in coordination with all relevant international parties. His Excellency General Sultan Mohammed al-Na'mani, Minister of the Royal Office, also received His Excellency Sheikh Jassim bin Abdurrahman al-Thani, Ambassador of the State of Qatar, accredited to the Sultanate of Oman, to bid him farewell at the end of the tour of duty as his country's ambassador to the Sultanate of Oman. His Excellency the Minister of the Royal Office welcomed His Excellency the Ambassador, who expressed his thanks and appreciation for the cooperation he received while performing his duties in the Sultanate of Oman. For his part, His Excellency the Minister also thanked His Excellency the Ambassador for the efforts of strengthening relations between the two countries, wishing him continued success. The Sultan of Oman has expressed its condemnation of the attack on the defense force of the Kingdom of Bahrain stationed on the southern border of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. In a statement issued today by the Foreign Ministry, the Sultan of Oman affirms its solidarity with the Kingdom of Bahrain and extends its sincere condolences and sympathies to families of the deceased, wishing the injured a speedy recovery. During a meeting held today, the Shura Council Office reviewed some ministerial responses on the mechanisms of funding national training programs, food security project, and carbon neutrality projects. The meeting also reviewed the ministerial responses regarding the Ministry of Health's plan on activating the Endowment Health Foundation and the Health Endowment Fund, as well as identifying rare technical jobs excluded from the experience requirement when it comes to employment. The Government Digital Transformation Project of the Ministry of Transport, Communication and Information Technology were also discussed in the meeting, in addition to the National Platform for Digital Integration and the high-speed government network to accelerate the achievement of digital integration among government institutions. The meeting was chaired by His Excellency Khalid bin Hilal al-Mauli, Chairman of the Shura Council. Improving services and municipal work at various wilayats of the Governorate of Dhofar, top discussions on the 7th meeting of the Municipal Council this year. The Council got acquainted with the plans of organizing religious awareness programs and instilling national and moral values on society members. The Council also reviewed a proposal for establishing family protection as well as raising awareness among fishermen about regulations and legislation relative to fishing in order to limit the impacts of using cages in fishing. The meeting was chaired by His Highness Said Marwan bin Turki Al Said, Governor of Dhofar. Workers' accommodation in Al Duqm residential neighborhood was one of the main topics discussed by the Municipal Council at Al Wusta Governorate in its seventh meeting of the first year of the third term. The Council also reviewed a visual presentation on several planning pockets in Al Wusta Governorate presented by the General Directorate of Housing and Urban Planning in Al Wusta Governorate. The meeting included taking an oath of representatives from the Royal Oman Police and the Ministry of Housing and Urban Planning at the Municipal Council of Al Wusta Governorate. The meeting was chaired by His Excellency Sheikh Muawwad bin Mohammed Al Yaqoubi, the Governor of Al Wusta. The Public Establishment for Industrial Estates Madayan celebrated the opening of the Services and Facilities Building in Al Rusail Industrial Zone. More details in the following report.
With the aim of developing the infrastructure and providing visitors and investors with a quality service, the Public Establishment for Industrial Estate, Madayan, celebrated the opening of the Services and Facilities Building in Rusail Industrial City at an investment cost estimated at 6,500,000 Omani Riyals.
We have established this building in a space over 19,000 square meters to give a service for all people who are allocated in Rusail Industrial Estates. The building cost is over 6.5 million Omani Riyal. This building, it takes around 2.5 years to complete it.
The building consists of 10 floors with a rental area of up to 8,500 square meters and a wide space allocated for offices.
This building is to give full service for everybody who is utilizing and coming to Rusail Industrial Estates. We will have banks, we will have food court, restaurant, exchange money and consultancy services offices as well, and so many others.
The opening of the Services and Facilities Building comes to encourage and attract investments in a Rusail Industrial City and to create a suitable environment for the growth of Omani industries. The volume of investments in the city exceeds 754 million Omani Riyals.
To come, a news bulletin. The Environment Authority held the Environment and Astronomy Camp in Jabal Shams. The Omani Society of Writers and Literati, in cooperation with the Ministry of Education, celebrated honoring 45 students among the winners of the Literary Creativity Award. The celebration was held under the auspices the activities of the fourth cultural season of the College of Arts and Social Sciences began with the inauguration of a book fair. More details in the following report.
Towards promoting the culture of entrepreneurship and enhancing the cultural sector in the country, the fourth cultural season 2023-2024 for the College of Arts and Social Sciences at Sultan Qaboos University began under the theme Technology and Cultural Entrepreneurship.
The event today, this book fair, is actually one of a series of events that are organized by the Cultural Committee in the College of Arts and Social Sciences, and it's actually a very important start with a book fair because it tells a lot about the importance of reading and the importance of spreading knowledge. The event in itself is very important for not only for students but also for staff and faculty in the college and in other colleges, so people can come and they can find books that are relevant to their studies and also that are relevant to their interests.
Omani Cultural Institutions and Publishing Housing Book Fair was the first activity of the fourth cultural season. 6 publishing houses and libraries are taking part at this event. which will continue until the 27th of September.
Actually, we are happy and glad to be part of this event in Sultan Qaboos University, especially in this year because they are focused on technology and entrepreneurship, which is all about our business as a bookshop.
This year's edition of the cultural season includes a number of seminars and lectures from inside and outside the Sultanate of Oman, most notably the Artificial Intelligence Symposium, as well as a symposium on entrepreneurship hosting specialists in this field. For the Sultanate of Oman Television, Salih bin Khalfan al-Rahbi, Muscat.
Sultan Qaboos Higher Center for Culture and Science organized a dialogue session on cultural governance. The session discussed the importance of cultural governance in measuring the level of the cultural sector, finding sustainable means and flexible development programs. The session also addressed the Omani cultural strategy for 2021-2040, which aims to enhance the council cultural scene and stimulate cultural tourism. Sultan's Armed Forces Academy, represented by the Sultan Qaboos Military College, carried out today the practical demonstration of the final exercise Shield 28 for the officer cadets course in the training field of the Sultan's Armed Forces in Dhofar Governorate. The participating officer cadets executed the activities of the practical demonstration using live ammunition following the established exercise plan, with the participation of the Sultan's Armed Forces support weapons and with air support from the Royal Air Force of Oman aircrafts, along with the support from the engineering services at the Ministry of Defense. The event was presided over by Brigadier General Suleiman bin Khalid Al-Zakwani, Secretary General of the Military Affairs at the Royal Office, in the presence of Major General Matar bin Salim Al-Blushi, Commander of the Sultan's Armed Forces. The 31st preparatory meeting of the Committee of Undersecretaries responsible for agriculture in the Gulf Cooperation Council countries GCC discussed in Muscat enhancing cooperation in the agriculture, animal wealth and fisheries sector among the member countries of the Gulf Cooperation Council. The meeting also discussed the legislative aspects to empower the economic sector and enhance the food security system at the level of the Council's countries. The meeting was chaired by His Excellency Dr. Ahmed bin Nasser al-Bakri, Under Secretary of the Ministry of Agriculture, Fisheries and Water Resources for Agriculture. Oman Credit and Financial Information Center, Mala, signed a credit information exchange agreement with the Kuwait Credit Information Network Company, CINET. This agreement comes in compliance with the decision of the Supreme Council of the Cooperation Council States of the GCC to approve the exchange of credit information between the GCC countries in accordance with the short-term action plan and the comprehensive framework for the mechanism of facilitating the exchange of credit information between the GCC countries. This is an effort to support the banking system by facilitating the process of making credit decisions in financial institutions. Middle East Healthcare Insurance Conference 2023, hosted by the Sultan of Oman, represented by CMA and Middle East Insurance Review, concluded today. More details in the following report.
Middle East Healthcare Insurance Conference 2023, hosted by the Sultanate of Oman, concluded today. The two-day conference discussed issues related to health insurance risks management and mitigation of the impact of fraud, abuse and waste in healthcare insurance.
A workshop of our medical health insurance to discuss the issue that the world is suffering from medical practice health in the industries. And there are some suggestions and solutions to work out together to develop this industry in a better way and save more money in this type of medical industrial important history in the Gulf as well as in the world.
Working paper on trust building between health insurance companies and healthcare providers, focusing on creating systems and linking between the entities to enhance confidence to ensure smooth process in providing healthcare services to healthcare insurance policy holders.
We are happy today to participate in such an inaugural health insurance conference, which is it is actually the fourth time to host it here in Oman, and it is having an overview and impact about the unified health insurance policy, which is showcased with the collaboration of Capital Market Authority and other different stakeholders such as MOH, Chamber of Commerce, and others.
On this final day, working papers focused on issues such as using advanced pricing methodologies for healthcare insurance underwriting, exploring preceding experiences in risks management and medical expense coverage.
This conference today is good opportunities to have all the market players like regulators and health provider, insurer, to come and sit and discuss the challenges that's facing health insurance industry in Oman, and also talking about the opportunities that the industry can bring to the national economy, and how also can we qualify and enhance the accessibility of health service to the people in Oman.
This conference is very important to promote for medical insurance consultant of Oman to encounter the various trends we've seen. Over the years during COVID time, people were hesitant to meet and go for their surgeries and operation and appointments. And after the COVID went down, people more now going to perform those operations, and this is increasing the cost of insurance.
Capital Market Authority hosts this important event in conjunction with the increasing growth and turnout for health insurance products during the past years. Health insurance acquired the highest share in gross insurance premiums at 35.4%, topping all insurance products. Abdullah bin Ahmed al-Rubai, Sultanate of Oman Television, Muscat.
The Environment Authority, in collaboration with Oman Astronomical Society, held the second edition of the Environment and Astronomy Camp in Jabal Shams. More details in the following report.
At the highest natural dark sky reserve in the Sultanate of Oman, Al-Hajar Al-Gharbi Starlight Reserve in Jabal Shams, which is an area distinguished by its clear skies and being free from the lighting effects of the urban development. The Environment Authority, represented by the Environment Administration in the Dakhliya Governorate, in collaboration with Oman Astronomical Society, held the second Environment and Astronomy Camp. Over a period of 3 days, the camp featured astronomical observation activities, stargazing, dialogue sessions, and specialized workshops in the fields of environment and astronomy. The second edition of the camp also aimed at familiarizing the participants with the Starlight Reserve and the importance of preserving its flora and fauna, especially the endangered juniper trees. From Jabal Shams in the Wilaya of Al-Hamra, Salih bin Khalfan Al-Rahbi, Al-Dakhiliya Governorate.
This is the Sultan of Oman Television. Before tonight's bulletin, here are the main points once again. His Majesty Sultan Haytham bin Tariq receives His Highness, the ruler of the Emirates of Sharjah, at the Al Baraka Palace this morning. The Sultan of Oman condemns the attack on the defense force of the Kingdom of Bahrain, stationed on the southern border of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. And our Retail Industrial City opens services and facilities building and confirms that its investment volumes exceed 750 million Omani riyals. And with that, we come to the end of tonight's news bulletin from Bulletin Newsroom in the studios. Thanks for watching. Good night.